Welcome to our Hong Kong Brief Show. Today, we're diving into some exciting news from the financial world as Hong Kong stocks surged, driven by impressive earnings from tech giants JD.com and Alibaba, and a supportive pledge from the People's Bank of China. The Hang Seng Index saw a 1.5% jump, marking a strong performance for the second consecutive week, with JD.com shares rallying by a whopping 6.4% after nearly doubling its quarterly profit. Other tech stocks, including Alibaba, also saw significant gains. This tech rally is definitely a highlight in the financial markets today. In sports news, the Paris Olympics have brought to light some amusing yet concerning issues with the pronunciation of Chinese athletes' names. Chinese table tennis player Wang Chuqin's name was consistently butchered, leading to a mix of amusement and frustration among Chinese netizens. This incident underscores the importance of proper pronunciation and respect for athletes' names, especially in international events. It serves as a reminder that more effort is needed in the push for diversity and cultural sensitivity. Switching gears to the world of sports development, Hong Kong is making waves as it hosts the World Lacrosse Women's U20 Championship. This event is expected to boost the popularity of lacrosse in the city and attract new players. With substantial funding and government support, the Hong Kong Lacrosse Association is hopeful that this championship will pave the way for local athletes to compete in the 2028 Olympics. The event is a significant step towards expanding the lacrosse community in Hong Kong and putting the city on the global sports map. Please stay tuned for more detailed coverage. South China Morning Post. Hong Kong stocks soared, driven by a tech sector rally led by JD.com following its impressive earnings report. The Hang Seng Index surged 1.5% to 17,357.51, marking its largest gain in over 2 weeks and setting the stage for a second consecutive weekly increase. The tech index also climbed 1.5%, while the Shanghai Composite Index saw a modest 0.2% rise. JD.com led the charge, jumping 6.4% to 105 Hong Kong dollars and 70 cents after nearly doubling its quarterly profit despite fierce competition. Alibaba followed suit, advancing 2.8% to 78 Hong Kong dollars and 55 cents on the back of a 4% revenue growth in the June quarter. Sportswear maker Li Ning also saw a significant uptick, rising 5.4% to 13 Hong Kong dollars and 92 cents ahead of its earnings report. The market's buoyant mood was further supported by the People's Bank of China's commitment to additional economic measures, as stated by Governor Pan Gongsheng. Meanwhile, Suzhou Chemetech, a ceramic material producer, experienced a staggering 360% surge on its first trading day in Shenzhen. Other major Asian markets also posted gains, with Japan's Nikkei 225 jumping 2.8%, Australia's S&P ASX 200 index climbing 1.2%, and South Korea's Kospi index adding 1.7%. South China Morning Post. The Paris Olympics highlighted a persistent issue with the mispronunciation of Chinese names, exemplified by the frequent mangling of table tennis player Wang Chuqin's name. Despite Wang recording the correct pronunciation, announcers often got it wrong, leading to humorous and sometimes confusing variations like Wang Chuqin and Wang Chuchu. Similar errors plagued his compatriots, such as Fan Zhendong and Wang Manyu, whose names were also hilariously mispronounced. Such gaffes are not new. Chinese names have long posed challenges for non-Chinese speakers, especially those containing letters like Z, X, or Q. The issue extends beyond the Olympics, affecting names in various international contexts. The mispronunciations often amuse mainland Chinese netizens, who find humor in the linguistic struggles of others. However, the problem underscores a broader need for better cultural sensitivity and accuracy, particularly in global events like the Olympics, where athletes' names should be pronounced correctly to honor their achievements. The article suggests pre-recording names to avoid such errors, ensuring that athletes' moments of glory are not marred by mispronunciations. South China Morning Post. World Rugby's recent decision to provide Asia with a direct route to the 2027 World Cup has been a significant development, but equally important is the change to residency rules, which could impact Tier 2 teams like Hong Kong. The new rules, effective from this month, reduce the residency requirement to demonstrate a genuine, close, credible and established link to a union through 60 months of rugby registration. This change could open new opportunities for teams like Hong Kong, though it also introduces some complexities. For instance, players in the United States who have played in Major League Rugby for several seasons might face eligibility issues if they play elsewhere during the off-season. Hong Kong China rugby officials are now tasked with navigating this new landscape. The World Cup announcement has shifted discussions from theory to practice, prompting considerations about the local league system and the potential need for teams to compete outside Hong Kong. Head coach Andrew Douglas has expressed concerns about the men's premiership standard, despite Hong Kong's dominance in the Asia Rugby Championship. New CEO James Farndon emphasized the importance of not becoming complacent as Hong Kong aims for a sixth consecutive Asian title, highlighting the need for careful planning and maintaining a strong team culture. South China Morning Post. Richard Mille has once again revolutionized the luxury watchmaking industry with the introduction of new and limited editions of the RM65-01 and RM21-02. The RM65-01 automatic split-seconds chronograph, available in pastel blue quartz TPT and dark yellow quartz TPT, showcases the brand's dedication to complexity and innovation. This timepiece, launched in 2020, boasts a chronograph function capable of timing up to 12 hours, powered by the caliber RMAC4. The watch's openwork dial is a colorful spectacle, featuring a split-seconds hand, small seconds hand, and various totalizers. The RM21-02 tourbillon aerodyne, with its manual winding tourbillon and skeletonized dial, highlights Richard Mille's expertise in materials science. The cases, made from a combination of quartz TPT, carbon TPT, and titanium, are further enhanced by a honeycombed structure of black PVD-treated Haynes 214 alloy. Both versions of the RM21-02, available in Caribbean blue and white quartz TPT, are limited to just 50 pieces each. South China Morning Post. In response to the global spread of mpox, China has implemented screening measures for arrivals showing symptoms of the disease. Customs authorities announced that all aircraft and vessels from affected regions must comply with health processing protocols. Individuals who have been in contact with mpox cases or exhibit symptoms such as fever, headache, backache, myalgia, swollen lymph nodes, and skin rashes are required to declare upon entry. These measures, set to last for 6 months, will be updated based on World Health Organization information. The announcement follows the confirmation of a new mpox strain in Sweden, linked to an outbreak in Africa. This year alone, 13 African countries have reported 17,541 cases and 517 deaths due to mpox, underscoring the urgency of global health interventions. The Globe and Mail. Hong Kong celebrated the birth of its first locally born giant panda twins, with their mother Ying Ying becoming the world's oldest first-time panda mother at nearly 19 years old. The twins, a male and a female, were born at Ocean Park after Ying Ying showed signs of pregnancy in late July. Despite the challenges of panda reproduction, especially in older pandas, the births were successfully managed by the park's care team and mainland Chinese experts. The female cub, however, remains fragile with lower body temperature and weaker cries. Visitors will need to wait a few months before seeing the twins. Ocean Park Corporation Chairman Paulo Pong praised the collaborative efforts that led to this rare event. Hong Kong leader John Lee expressed gratitude to the central government for their ongoing support, which includes a forthcoming third pair of pandas from China. The late first pair, Anan and Jia Jia, arrived in 1999, with Jia Jia holding the record as the world's oldest panda in captivity at 38 years old. South China Morning Post. The electric vehicle (EV) market in Hong Kong has seen a significant shift, with EV sales surpassing those of conventional cars, setting the city on a path to zero emissions by 2050. Tesla leads the market with a 47% share, boasting over 40,000 vehicles. The Tesla Model 3 and Model Y are popular choices, offering impressive ranges and acceleration. BMW follows with a 10.9% market share, featuring models like the 9/2 eDrive 20 and the luxury i7 xDrive 60. Mercedes-Benz holds 10.2% of the market, with the EQB 250 and the high-performance EQS 53 4MATIC Plus being notable models. BYD, a top mainland Chinese brand, ranks fourth with 9.7% market share, offering affordable models like the Dolphin and the E6. Hyundai rounds out the top 5 with a 2.9% share, featuring the Kona Electric and the Ioniq 6. South China Morning Post. Young Hong Kongers are increasingly opting for public rental flats over pursuing their dreams due to the city's exorbitant housing costs. John Chan, who applied at 18, is still waiting for a flat at 30, willing to quit his job to remain eligible. This trend has sparked debate, with officials urging youth to avoid early applications, likening it to lying flat, a term for minimal effort. Despite criticism, young applicants argue it's their only affordable option. Medical worker Kit Lee quit his job to stay eligible, eventually securing a flat after 8 years. Soy Wang, who never aimed to own a flat, sees public housing as a way to pursue her interests without financial burden. Experts suggest the government should provide more affordable housing options to address this growing issue. South China Morning Post. Trams in Hong Kong pose a significant safety risk to pedestrians due to their slower braking and longer stopping distances, experts warn following a fatal accident involving a 3-year-old girl. Retired engineer Lo Kok Kong highlighted that trams, weighing up to 28 tons, require a longer distance to stop compared to cars. The accident, which also injured the girl's family members, has raised concerns about pedestrian safety around tram tracks. Lo emphasized the importance of not crossing tracks when trams are approaching, as their metal wheels on metal tracks result in lower friction and slower stops. Tramway Workers Union Chairman Ye Yongsheng noted that trams operate below 40 km/h and are equipped with alarms to alert drivers. Recent fatalities underscore the need for heightened awareness and caution around trams. South China Morning Post. In Hong Kong, the practice of communicating with the dead through mediums is deeply rooted in Taoist beliefs and traditions. Lawrence Leung, a self-proclaimed medium, shares that the depiction of mediums in popular films is far from reality. He explains that his role involves channeling deities rather than directly contacting spirits. The 7th month of the lunar calendar, known as Ghost Month, is a significant period when spirits are believed to roam the human world. Leung recounts his journey to the Shaolin Monastery, where a divine epiphany enabled him to channel deities more effectively. He emphasizes that a person's aura, shaped by their actions and intentions, influences their susceptibility to malevolent spirits. Leung's experiences highlight the complexities of the afterlife and the cultural nuances in how spirits manifest across different regions. South China Morning Post. Hong Kong's hosting of the World Lacrosse Women's U20 Championship marks a significant step towards promoting the sport and preparing for its inclusion in the 2028 Olympics. With 19 teams participating, the event is part of the city's efforts to raise the profile of lacrosse and attract new talent. Raymond Fong Kong, chairman of the Hong Kong, China Lacrosse Association, sees this as an opportunity to enhance the city's reputation as a global sports venue. The tournament, supported by substantial government funding, drew a larger crowd than local Premier League football matches, indicating growing interest. Zhou Tsai, co-founder of Alibaba and owner of professional lacrosse teams in North America, underscores the importance of hosting such events to foster a tradition of international sports in Hong Kong. The ultimate goal is to see a Hong Kong team compete in the Olympics, showcasing the city's commitment to developing lacrosse at the highest level. South China Morning Post. June Ambrose, a renowned New York-based stylist, has made a name for herself by crafting unique looks for some of the biggest names in the entertainment industry. Her latest project involves creating nearly 250 outfits for Missy Elliott's upcoming tour. Ambrose's career spans collaborations with stars like Alicia Keys, Jay-Z, and Zoe Saldana. Known for her mix-and-match approach, she elevates everyday separates into standout ensembles. Key pieces in her styling arsenal include a Harris Wharf blazer, a Jill Sander shirt, Neely Lawton jeans, a Delvaux bag, and a Bulgari ring. Ambrose's ability to blend high fashion with practicality has cemented her status as a sought-after stylist, influencing trends and inspiring fashion enthusiasts worldwide. SCMP opinion: travel entails risk, and for Hong Kongers visiting Japan, earthquakes are a significant concern. A recent magnitude 7.1 quake off Japan's coast has reignited fears, especially following the devastating 2011 quake and tsunami. The Hong Kong Security Bureau has maintained an amber outbound travel alert for Japan, urging caution. Selena Lau Puiling, CEO of the Hong Kong Federation of Insurers, advises travelers to scrutinize their insurance policies, as coverage may not apply if purchased post-earthquake. Travelers should ensure their insurance covers all contingencies, especially since group tours and travel bookings might not offer full refunds under certain alerts. Proper research into insurance can provide peace of mind and ensure a memorable holiday. SCMP opinion: Hong Kong's legal system, guided by the Basic Law, allows courts to refer to precedents from other common law jurisdictions. This practice was highlighted when the top court rejected an appeal by Jimmy Lai Chiang and 6 former lawmakers convicted for unauthorized assembly during the 2019 civil unrest. Their appeal, based on UK Supreme Court rulings, argued that their convictions infringed on the right to free assembly. However, the court dismissed this, noting fundamental differences between the UK's and Hong Kong's systems. This ruling reinforces Hong Kong's legal framework, emphasizing that while foreign judgments can be insightful, they must be independently assessed for applicability. The practice of referencing international judgments has benefited Hong Kong, but the courts must ensure these decisions align with local legal principles. BBC: Beijing's rhetoric against Taiwanese secessionists has intensified, with new laws threatening severe punishments, including the death penalty, for those advocating Taiwanese independence. This move has unsettled Taiwanese living in China, many of whom are now planning to leave. The Taiwan Affairs Office claims these measures target only a small number of activists, but many Taiwanese fear broader implications. A new website encourages reporting on die-hard separatists, reminiscent of Hong Kong's national security laws. Scholars believe this aims to destabilize Taiwan's society and sever its international ties. The increasing legal risks and surveillance have driven many Taiwanese to reconsider their future in China, with some high-profile figures like tech billionaire Robert Tsao vocalizing their support for Taiwanese independence and criticizing Beijing's tactics. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6do Brief via email.
Morning coffee, fresh off the press. Reading headlines, feeling blessed. World keeps turning, stories unfold. Every moment, news gets told. Flipping channels, clicking tabs, feeding my mind's hunger grabs. Facts and figures, images bright. News keeps rolling day and night. Headlines and headlines, can't get enough. Learning about the world, yeah, it's my stuff. Headlines and headlines, stories unfold. Knowledge is power, truth to behold. Politics, science, sports, and art. Every story plays its part. Global voices, voices near. Every headline loud and clear. Need the latest, got to know. Never stopping, always go. Scrolling, swiping, reading on. Daylight breaks in the dawn. Headlines and headlines, can't get enough. Learning about the world, yeah, it's my stuff. Headlines and headlines, stories unfold. Knowledge is power, truth to behold. Need the latest, got to know. Never stopping, always go. Scrolling, swiping, reading on. Daylight breaks in the dawn. Headlines and headlines, can't get